Hi LS6 students, it's Mrs. Shomura-Takata. Today I'm going to be going over how you are going to annotate a poem with rhyme scheme. So we are going to start off with you're going to need to pull up your Poetry Digital slideshow resource slideshow and go to slide 22. Now the other day you folks learned about rhyme scheme. Okay, so remember, rhyme scheme is the pattern of rhymes at the end of lines of a poem or a song. And we went over how to do the rhyme scheme. The first line of a poem, whatever the ending sound is an A. The second line, if it rhymes with the first line, it will be the same letter, but if it's a different end sound, it'll be a B, and the lines will progressively go down by the letters of the alphabet. So in this sample here, we had roses are red. The first line is A, and so it's that red, that sound, that ed, needs to be repeated in the third line here. But the second line is violets are blue, so the oo sound is the second line. Now the rhyme scheme for this 4-line poem is A, B, A, C. And so in my example here, do you like Ted? Because the rhyme scheme is A, B, A, so we'd use the A, so red and Ted rhyme. But this last line, the 4th line, is the letter C, like the alphabet A, B, C. So this last word cannot rhyme with red or blue. So you have to come up with a totally different ending sound. So the 4th line to this poem is I don't like him. So a poem with the rhyme scheme of A, B, A, C could sound like this. Roses are red, violets are blue. Do you like Ted? I don't like him. It's not very smooth. So, but we did go over some examples, and you did that with your teachers the other day. So what I want to talk though about now is slide 22. So we're going to be going over slide 22 and slide 23. In slide 22 and 23, it's actually this really long poem. Okay, and mine looks a little bit different than yours because I kind of did a little bit of preparation. So the directions here say you're going to type the rhyme scheme in the purple boxes at the end of each line of the poem. Okay, so you'll notice this poem is made up of several different paragraph looking things. So if you notice, the lines are numbered here. So line 1, then there's 2, but there's no number, 3, 4, and then here's line 5. So it's by 4s, I guess. Okay, and so this helps you kind of keep track and keep organized. So if you'll notice, it's on slide 22 and it goes on to slide 23. The numbers continue. Okay, so it goes all the way down to 49, 50, 51, 52. So it's a 52-line poem. Oy. Okay, so what you're first going to do is you are going to go in and you are going to type in all of these different boxes. Yeah, there it is. The rhyme scheme. So you'll be doing this with your teacher. So I'll just do a couple samples with you. So I come from haunts of coot and hern. I make a sudden sally and sparkle out among the fern to bicker down a valley. So because this is the first line, you will give it the rhyme scheme of A. Okay? Now you're going to look at the second line. Does the last word sound or rhyme with the last word of the first line? So Hern and Sally. Do those two rhyme? No. So because they don't rhyme, the second line becomes a B. Now we're going to look at the third line. Hern and Fern. Do those two lines rhyme? Yes, they do. So Fern, the third line, becomes an A. Okay? Now we're going to look at the fourth line. The last word of the line is valley. Does valley rhyme with Hern? No, it does not. Does valley rhyme with Sally? Yes, it does. It's not spelled the same, but it does rhyme. So the fourth line will have, sorry, I don't know why it's not. Okay, will be the letter B. Now we're going to go to the next line here, the fifth line. By 30 hills I hurry down, or slip between the ridges, by 20 thorps a little town, and 100 bridges. So we're going to look at the last word of this fifth line, down. Does the word down rhyme with Hern? No. Down, Hern. Different. Okay? So we're going to go on to the letter C. And then ridges. We're going to look at the sixth line, ridges. Does ridges rhyme with Hern? Nope. Does ridges rhyme with Sally? Nope. So it wouldn't match the next two lines because those are A and B. Does ridges rhyme with down? Nope. So now we're going to make this line D. Now we're going to look at this word town. Does town rhyme with Hern? No. So it wouldn't be A. Does town rhyme with Sally? No. So it wouldn't be B. So since it's not A or B, it wouldn't be these two. Does town rhyme with down? Yes, it does. So because these rhyme, and we know that down is the C, you can write a C over here. And then we're going to look at the next line, bridges. Does bridges rhyme with Hern? Nope. Does bridges rhyme with Sally? Nope. So again, it wouldn't be an A or B. Does bridges rhyme with down? Nope. So it wouldn't be a C. Does bridges rhyme with ridges? Yes, it does. So this would be a D. So do you see how we're going to do this? You're going to just keep going down. Now, if down here you have a word that repeats a sound, we'll go to the next one. Okay, till last by Philip's farm I flow to join the brimming river, for men may come and men may go, but I go on forever. Okay, so we're going to go on to the third verse here. Flow. Does it rhyme with Hern? No. Does flow rhyme with Sally? No. So it wouldn't be A or B. Does flow rhyme with down? Nope. Does flow rhyme with ridges? No. So it wouldn't be these two either. So we're going to do the next letter of the alphabet. A, B, C, D, E. This is going to be an E. River. Does river rhyme with Hern? Does river rhyme with Sally? So it's not A or B. Does river rhyme with down? Does river rhyme with ridges? So it's not C or D. Does river rhyme with flow? So we're going to make this an F. A, B, C, D, E, F. Okay. Now we have the word go. Does go rhyme with Hern? Nope. Does go rhyme with Sally? Nope. So it's not A or B. Does go rhyme with down? Nope. Does go rhyme with ridges? Nope. So it's not C or D. Does go rhyme with flow? Yes, it does. So you're going to write an E here. Okay? Now we're looking at ever. Does ever rhyme with Hern? Nope. How about Sally? Sally and ever? No. So it's not A or B. Down. Down and ever. Rhyme? No, they do not. Ridges and ever. Nope, those don't rhyme either. So it's not C or D. How about flow? Does flow and ever rhyme? No. How about river and ever? Those rhyme. So this is an F. So the reason I wanted to take you to this third verse here is because if you scroll down here and you look at the line that starts with 21, I chatter, chatter as I flow to join the brimming river, for men may come and men may go, but I go on forever. We have flow and river again here. So when you get down here, you will want to repeat this rhyme scheme here because we've already mentioned that O sound, flow. So this would be an E, river would be an F, go would also be an E, and ever is an F. Okay? So I just wanted to point that out to you. All right. Now, so you're going to have to do that for the whole, you probably do it with your teacher, but you're going to do the whole poem. That's the first thing you're going to do, the first step. The second step is you will find and annotate at least one example of each of the types of poetry devices and rhymes from the key below in the poem. So this is the key, and it's below, and there are 7 things you are looking for. You only need to find one example, though. Okay? And so here it is. It's color-coded, and I want to show you how to do it. So if you look here at the top, the end rhyme, it is in a yellow text box. So if you look here, Hern and Fern, these are at the end of the lines, and they rhyme. So what I did was, I'm going to delete this. I'm going to show you how to do this. You will take your cursor and you will go up to the text box, the T next to the arrow. You're going to click on that. Now it's going to be highlighted. You will click and drag around the word Hern. Okay? Now that comes up, that blue box. What you need to do is take your cursor and go to this pencil looking thing, and if you hover over it, it says border color. You will go into there, you will click on the yellow, but you also have to go to the next one, and it says border width, and then click on 3. So now when you move away from there, I don't know why it's not moving. There. Do you see how it has that yellow box around it? Okay. But this is only one of the end rhymes. You have to do the second one. So you're going to click on that text box again, and you will go around it, and then go to the border color, yellow, border width, 3. And then you're done. I am not sure why this thing is so laggy. Okay, so that's an example of an end rhyme. You also have to find an example of a partial rhyme. And remember, a partial rhyme are words that almost rhyme. What you might want to do, I want to just pause, is use your composition book to help you. You have notes in here, or you should anyways, about what an end rhyme is, what a partial rhyme is, what a complete rhyme is. You have all these things in here. You might have to flip through pages, but you have it all in there. Okay? So again, that is why we had you do this. So you have a resource. So you don't have to look on the slideshow. You could just look in your book. It makes it easier. Okay, so the second thing I have here in these brown boxes, if you go down, it is examples of consonants. Now, consonants is the repeating of a consonant sound in a single line, and it doesn't have to just be the beginning words. Okay, so you see this, by 20 thorps, a little town. This has a t sound in the beginning, it has a t sound in the middle, this one has a t sound in the middle, and this one has a t sound in the beginning. So what I did was I did that text box thing, and I chose brown as the color. Okay, so if you click on that, you see that it's this brown down here. And then I've made it also the same width of a 3. Okay. Another example is the alliteration, and it's purple. Till last by Philip's farm I flow. Now, alliteration is the repeating of a consonant sound in the beginning of words. So in this line, in a single line, the words Philip's, farm, flow have a f sound. Phillips is not spelled with an F, but it still makes that sound, so that's why we include it. It's all in one line. The sound is all at the beginning of the word. Okay, so I did the same thing, the text box, and I made the border, and I made it this purple color. Then you have to find an example of onomatopoeia. I found the word chatter. That is an example of onomatopoeia. I did the text box. I chose orange and made it 3. Now the next one here is a partial rhyme. Now remember, partial rhymes, they're words that almost rhyme. So bubble and babble. One has a ubble sound, the other has an abble, but it sounds similar. For this one, though, when you do the text box, when I did the text box, in fact, I'll delete this and I'll show you. When I did the text box, you click on this text box again, and then it brings this up, and I'm going to outline it again. But this time, I am going to choose black as my color, and instead of going to border width, I'm going to do a border dash, and I'm going to choose this third one, the dash, because that is what it is here. And now, oh, and I'll make it 3 also. Oh, sorry. I have to make it 3. 3. Okay, so now you see how it has become that. So now you have an example of a partial rhyme. They're not in the same lines, but these words are partial rhymes. All right, we're going to go on to the next page, for the next slide, for assonance. So if you remember, assonance is a repeating of a vowel sound. It can be in the middle, it can be at the beginning. It doesn't have to only be at the beginning. So the example is, and draw them all along the flow. it's this ah sound. So draw, ah, along. Now, along is a O, but it makes that sound when we say the word. So that is why we put it in this hot pink border. Okay? And then the last one is a complete rhyme, where it's two words that totally rhyme. They don't have to be spelled the same, but they have to totally sound the same. So this is an example, flow and go. They both completely rhyme. So I did the text box and I chose a black color and then made it a 3. Okay? So you will be doing this probably with your teacher, and it might not be the same examples, and that's okay, but in case you missed it in the class, now you have some examples. I want to also go over what your assignment is tonight. So in your poetry assignment slideshow, tonight you're going to be doing, several slides actually. So slide 19 is where you're going to start. It's rhyme scheme and analyzing poems. So you're going to be doing rhyme scheme, but you're also going to be using and needing to know other things we've learned before. So read the following poems and answer the questions. So here is a poem. You will read it. And then there are some questions here. This first one is about metaphor. Then the second question is asking about personification. Give some examples of personification. Then give 3 examples of rhyme. Okay? After that, you will go to the next slide, slide 20. There is a different poem. You're going to read the poem and then answer the question. For this one, it's going to be give 5 examples of personification in this poem. Okay? You'll type it out. Then you are going to read this next poem, okay, and answer the questions. Here's some questions about onomatopoeia, some examples of rhyme, asking what the rhyme scheme of this poem is, so you might have to kind of look at this, and asking if the rhyme scheme repeats, okay? So what that kind of means, let me go back to this one. If you look back at this one, you kind of notice, at least from the first 3 verses, that it's always a first line and the third line rhyme and the second line and the fourth line rhyme in all of them. That would be an example of repeating. Okay? So after this one, you're going to need to do slide 22. Slide 22, another poem. And then you will answer these questions. Give 4 examples of metaphor in the poem, give an example of personification, give an example of onomatopoeia. So you will need to do slides 22, 21, 20, and 19 today. You have 4 slides to do. Okay? If you have any questions, you know that you can always go to your teacher at office hours and she will help you. Okay? But remember, you need to try too. We're not doing it for you. Okay, I know this is kind of a long video, but keep working. Remember, you're going to have to write poems with these elements in it later. So that's why we are doing this. Okay? Thank you, and we'll see you later. Bye.